Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast.
The second part of the story, Sam, to your homemade pizza dough. That the recipe's on murphysamandjodi.com if you want to make it. By the way, it's really good. You sent us some pizza dough home, Murphy and I. We invited our oldest Taylor over to make pizza with us. We all made our own pizzas, ate them like it was our job.
You were rolling in the dough.
Yeah.
Well, we struggled with the dough a little bit, as you know. Anyway, the second part of the story, and I actually made sure to get permission from Taylor to tell this because at first I think she was just so embarrassed and mortified that this happened, but it was such a human thing.
Oh, this is a public service.
It is a
you're
public
about to
service.
provide, Jodi.
She burned her hand while, understand, we were doing it in my cast iron.
Yeah.
And what happened was, it was so funny because she went first, and so she's a foodie. She's very handy and smart and clever in the kitchen, but I guess at home where she lives, she's normally doing pots and pans that have the separate handle.
Yeah, plastic handle.
Right.
Or something, yeah.
And so, do you want to tell Sam how it came down when she was taking hers out of the?
It was so ridiculously fast. I don't remember if she was taking it out or if I was, because it all happened so fast. But when she had her oven mitts on, and then as she put it down, as soon as it was put down, I said, "Now don't grab the handle." But she was grabbing it at the exact same moment.
She had taken the mitts off. She had taken it out. It was hers.
Was
it was
her?
ready.
I couldn't remember that.
She took the mitts off and was about to just touch the handle and move it. The oven was at 550.
Yeah.
And she, as soon as he said, "Don't touch it," she touched it. It happened in the same second. And she moved it away.
Which I think helped her to get, off faster. Her hand didn't stay there.
She made a face. And at first that face was, "Oh, I can't believe I just did that." I turned the sink on immediately.
That's where I told her, stick your hand under that cold water right now.
And with every passing moment, her hand hurt worse.
Yeah, it does. It starts to throb more and more.
Right. And so she kept it under there. We also had other pizzas to get to, but I, as the mom in me, I went into the drawer and I grabbed dishcloths, 2 of them, and I wet them and I stuck them in the freezer. And when she finally sat down and she was, still kind of nursing her hand, but she was eating her pizza with the other hand, just so you know, we were swapping out cold compresses from the freezer. Like she would put one on her and she was like, "Oh, this is awesome." And she was talking and laughing and joking, but when that would come off and I would switch to the other one, she would go, "Man, when you let the air really hit it is when it really hurts."
Yeah.
It was in 3 places on her hand because when you think about the way you grab a handle, a cast iron handle.
She didn't have the handle imprint, did she?
No, it wasn't there long enough, thankfully. I mean, really, honestly, I think if she had done it and I hadn't seen it and hadn't said, it would have been just enough for it to really blister. But it never did. I don't know if that's a combination of, treating it as fast as we did, and just her being really fortunate that it didn't burn that bad. One little spot I think might have raised a little bit, but it never, it never turned into anything serious. But it just hurt for those few hours.
It really hurt. She was at our house for a couple of hours because she wasn't sure she wanted to drive. In fact, I ended up driving her home because she didn't want to handle the steering wheel. It's her dominant hand, and it was really hurting. Also, but we were Googling. She had her hand under the faucet for a very long time, and when she pulled it away, I started Googling other things. We kept the dish rags, the cold from the freezer dish rags, like in rotation. And she was like, "Thanks, this is awesome." But we started Googling other stuff. It's like you can apparently put the inside of a banana peel on a burn.
Oh.
And so I had a banana, peeled it. She put it on there. She was like, "Oh, yeah, this helps." Oh, not for long.
Yeah.
So that was, and then
Isn't butter good for it too?
No.
We didn't do butter.
I don't think you're supposed to put butter on any sort of wound.
Oh.
I'm not sure that. I feel like that's a wives'
Yeah, well,
wives'
because
tale
that was one I think I learned in 8th grade that you don't. It is an old wives' tale, but the salt in butter is not good for a wound.
Oh.
Yeah.
But the other thing that was interesting, after the pizza had been eaten and we were sitting there still talking about, she didn't know what to do. She called her boyfriend. He was at work. He says, "I've got burn cream at the house, and I'll help take care of you later." It was so sweet. I'm sitting there and I have aloe vera plants, 3 of them in the house. One of them was sitting right next to me and I said, "Let's break it and let's do it." And she said that actually did help So I sent her home with a small aloe vera plant.
Doesn't get fresher than that, does it?
Mom and me takes over. I'm like, here, you can have this. Watered every 2 weeks. Light water, not a lot. It's a succulent, all that.
Yeah.
And so early this morning, I, texted her, how's your hand, baby? And she was like, it's much better. Good. She also does think it's because of everything that we did. We spent the next 2 hours tending to that burn. Trying to figure out whether it was a first-degry burn or second. It was definitely first degree.
Yeah, a second degree wouldn't have been right. That would have been going to the doctor. The I think actually would help the most. Those other things probably help soothe, but getting your if you a burn, the faster it's cooled off underwater like that,
stopping
because
it.
it's the skin continues to, I hate to say the term cook, but that's what happens. You've got to cool it off immediately, and so that's the most important thing, is to stop the skin from having to, from being exposed to that heat.
The interesting thing about it is I told her she should not feel, she felt, she was upset with herself for doing it. It's just such a human thing to do. If you all the time grab a handle.
Yeah, I've done cast irons especially. I've done that a million times.
Right. I think
when I'm just not, it's like you see it sitting there and it doesn't hit you because you took it out the oven. So it's just sitting on the stove. Oh, let me move. It's like, that's right.
But even if you cook on the stove with it, you can't pick it up by hand. That's the thing about cast iron. We're so used to insulated handles on other pans. I think that's why your brain just doesn't register that reminder, this is cast iron, don't touch it,
But I just wanted to shout that out, stopping the burning as soon as possible I think we just use cool water. I feel like I read it was cool water. Yeah. It doesn't have to be ice water or anything like that.
Right.
We did alternate the wet, damp, cold from the freezer rags, and that I think that masked the pain a little bit for her.
Yeah.
Because we went on and we ate our pizza and enjoyed it so much. And whatever burn cream he had, he put on it. And by the way, she told me, I don't know if she told you this, Murphy, that he wrapped it for her. She said it looked like a professional wrap.
Oh, wow.
that she had. But, lesson learned. But when you're thinking about a million things, and we had music playing, 3 of us were making pizza. It was this thing. It was just an accident.
Yeah.
I feel like another reason that was bad because the 550. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's, the stovetop, it's not going to be that hot.
Right.
So, yes, you're right. That's like next level heat on that handle.
The few times that Murphy has taken the cast iron out of the thing, or I feel like I have a Dutch oven pot that you sometimes touch, that you forget that you can't touch it.
Oh, well, yeah, that lid doesn't have an insulated handle either.
Yeah. And he'll burn himself on it every single time because you're just not. It's so very human. In fact, the more you cook, it's going to happen to you.
Maybe we just don't use professional cookware enough.
Well, I have. I'll bring you one. I have 2 of these little rubber handle that goes over the.
I was about to say that's cool.
They make
the handle
material ones, but they also make rubber ones, silicone. That goes over the handle of a cast iron.
Yeah.
You can lift it up, and you don't.
That's how my grandmother did it. Hers were cloth, I think.
Yeah.
But that's how. That's exactly how she did it.
Yeah, and there's nothing like learning something, unfortunately, the hard way. I don't think Taylor will ever touch a cast iron again. It really hurt her for several hours. And pain is a great teacher.
Sadly,
it just really is.
Yeah, it's interesting too about y'all talking about the 550. Cooking in those pizza ovens.
Yes,
those are like 800 or 900 degrees. That's why they cook them like within a minute and a half.
Yeah, a minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah, I told Jodi. I wondered. It's you go to these places with brick ovens that are cooking at that temperature, because our oven only goes to 550. Not that I want it to go any higher than that. You know what I'm saying? But that's as high as it goes.
Anyway. Delicious pizza dough. Taylor was still grateful. She loved her pizza. Lesson learned, and we just wanted to pass it along. You're right. Stop the burning immediately with cool water. Treat with whatever you can find. Aloe vera, but keep cool water running over it for 10 to 20 minutes if you can do it.
Right. Yeah. And if you're a foodie type or experimenting in the kitchen and haven't used cast iron or some other professional pots and pans that actually don't have the little heat disseminating handles or protective handles, don't touch the metal ones.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi podcast.